It is our children's dream, and nobody, no one can take this dream away from us. And the dream must come real and must become a reality one day. But who can make that dream a reality? It is you and me.
The Attorney General and Minister of Justice Mama Fatima Singate described the forum as a strategic meeting point as it creates the possibility of engaging all pertinent stakeholders in issues affecting their constituents, thereby encouraging understanding and support among stakeholders within the community.
Over the years, we have witnessed a rise in the number of NGOs within the African continent, which undoubtedly is as a result of the increase in pluralism and democracy within African states. It is therefore pertinent that respective governments and NGOs within the continent work closely together to enforce the human rights principles enshrined in the Charter.
Recommendations and resolutions emanating from this session will be forwarded to the African Commission for consideration during the 54th Ordinary Session, scheduled to commence after this forum, also in Banjul. Meanwhile, this drama staged by the Youth Alliance Group is calling for African unity as well as the promotion of human and people's rights for the purpose of African development. A vivid summary of what this NGO forum is working towards achieving. Louis Mendy, Grts.
Senegalese ballet diva Viviane Chidid is in Banjul as guest artist of the Gambia Ports Authority OPS fundraising events scheduled for the Tobaski weekend. Grts' Momodou Njai was at the Banjul International Airport when the singer arrived, and he now reports.
Sensational star Viviane Chidid arrived at the Banjul International Airport this afternoon to perform in the much talked about Gambia Ports Authority fundraising event dubbed Operation Promote Excellence in the Sciences OPS. She was met upon arrival at the foot of the aircraft by senior officials of the Gambia Ports Authority and the event promoters. Viviane wasted no time in showing the admiration she has for the Gambia and importance she attached to this worthy event. She called on fans to come out in numbers and support the OPS initiative. It is a 3-day fundraising event kicking off tonight at the Keraba Beach Hotel in Grand Galadina style, followed by a dance at the Pinchami Hall, and Sunday a mega show at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. Officials of the organizing committee are calling on the general public to come out in numbers and support this worthy event, as the funds generated shall go a long way in contributing towards uplifting science education in the country. Momodou Njai, Grts.
France's immigration policies come under scrutiny in the wake of the deportation of a Kosovan family, and Libyans mark the second year of the revolution that toppled Muammar Gaddafi. But is Libya a safe place without their lead strongman? We'll find out after this break.
Has taken advantage of the super-fast ACE Internet platform to provide unequaled internet access speeds to all its clients. Gamcell's 3G network access devices has broadband connectivity appropriate for individual and business use. Connect to the internet using any of Gamcell's 3G modems. The 3G partner, appropriate for individual access for those who require internet connectivity on their laptops at all times. 3G Leisure can be used to create hotspots in restaurants, small businesses, and for family use. It is also designed for those who want to have internet access on the go. 3G Business for small medium enterprises, businesses and corporate institutions, diplomatic missions, and government or non-government agencies. Now you can stream videos, enjoy video chatting, and download content at broadband speeds. Experience the difference with Gamcell, the only mobile broadband service provider in the country. Gamcell, Yai Borom. Gamcell's 3G network has taken...
Welcome back. It's 2 years this weekend since the death of Muammar Gaddafi in Libya's revolution, and many areas are still controlled by powerful militia groups. And as CNN's senior international correspondent Nick Robertson reports, these militias often operate freely in some of Libya's major cities.
For almost 2 years, this man, Hashim Bisha, has been running security in Libya's capital. He takes credit for freeing the Prime Minister after he was recently kidnapped.
It was accepted that it was a coup. I called my group and set up an operation room to handle the situation.
We meet in the garden of his Tripoli villa. He is not a general, not a police chief, but commands militias. So this makes you the most powerful man in Tripoli, even Libya, if you can rescue the Prime Minister.
I'm not the most powerful, but we got help from a lot of our relations and information. It's been 2 years in the capital, Tripoli, so we managed to provide security as possible.
Bisha adopts a modest tone, yet his powerful militias should have been dissolved months ago. But as I found out firsthand, Bisha's influence in this city ranges far and wide. It all began when we spotted a fire at the Foreign Ministry just over there. It came out of nowhere, engulfing the government building close to our hotel. I took a camera to get a closer look. Within a few minutes, we were surrounded by vigilante thugs. They didn't have identification papers. They weren't wearing uniforms. They took away the camera and demanded we went with them. And it wasn't until I mentioned Bisha's name and friendly locals arrived that the situation began to diffuse. A few hours later, Bisha had our camera returned to us. At moments, it felt like a kidnapping. This chaos, the clearest sign that dozens of militias and vigilante groups are still at large in Libya. 2 years after the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi, they've refused to give up their guns and join the national army or police, because the real battle for power in Libya has yet to begin.
There is an Islamic current within Libya that doesn't want the state to rise. This is what is hindering the country.
This government security official wants his identity hidden because what he says could cost him his life. That Al-Qaeda in Libya is getting stronger, attracting hundreds of sympathizers from neighboring countries.
They want to establish Libya as a religious state. They have recently threatened to destroy the interests of the European or American firms in Libya. We expect there will be trouble.
Bisha, who is accused by some of failing to integrate militias fast enough, says it's slow going because the new police are failing.
When the Security Committee decided to combine these units, a large number of their members were enlisted into training, which resulted in a security vacuum in the capital.
A security vacuum that's already led to the kidnapping of a prime minister and leaves many worrying of an even bigger power play yet to come. Nick Robertson, CNN, Tripoli, Libya.
Earlier this week, much of India was pummeled by a devastating storm. Even though Cyclone Pelin has passed, the impact will be felt for months to come, as hundreds of thousands of people try to build their lives. Shunima Udas visited a coastal fishing village to find out how survivors there are coping.
Pulling together, even in the most desperate of times, a reason to celebrate. Fishing hamlets like this bore the brunt of Cyclone Pelin's fury. All 200 boats here damaged. Fisherman D. Arya shows us what's left of his boat. The sea is our God, he says. If we go out to fish, we'll have food. Otherwise, we die. We are the product of this sea. No functioning boats, fishing nets also rendered useless. Most here remember the 1999 cyclone, which hit the same area, killing 10,000 people. This time, though, countless survived, thanks to early warnings. He says the government workers came to our village with hailers and said, let's go, and took all of us to a shelter. Happy to be alive, but frustrated with how little is left. When Nanama returned from the safe house, she found what used to be her roof strewn across the beach. It's all gone, she says. The water came till here and pushed everything through the roof. Possessions worth her entire life savings now washed away. Nama San Narayan says what we're seeing around us is actually an improvement after 4 days of